You're welcome to the second part of our television special on human trafficking. And joining me in the studio is Shamir McKenzie, a former victim of sex trafficking, who is now the policy assistant for Shared Hope International and a mentor to survivors of human trafficking. You're welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Shamir, tell us how you met the man who introduced you to the sex business.
Actually, I met this man that introduced me to the business while I was crossing the street one day at work. This man came out the car and he introduced himself. He said, hello, young lady, my name is such and such. Can I have your name?
Okay, so how long did you know him before he talked you into the sex business?
It was about a month, and over this period of time, I informed him that I was trying to go back to school and I needed $3,000 to return to school, and he offered to help me.
How?
He told me that all I had to do was dance.
So when he said dance, were you suspicious? Was there kind of a red flag? What do you
No,
mean by
there was no red flag for me when he said dance, because I've been hearing stories about college girls that dance their way through college.
So you said yes, you agreed to do it.
Yes.
Did you tell your parents?
No.
So what was a typical day like with this man?
A typical day was waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to go to a club that opens at 12 noon, and you work that club depending on what state you are in.
So was there any chance to escape from this man?
He told me, I can never leave him. I belong to him, and if I try to leave, he will hurt my family.
So how did you finally escape?
I was trying to come up with clever ways to escape without my family being hurt or without me being hurt. So over those years, that year and 6 months, I thought about killing him myself, but I never had the courage to actually go through. So we were living in a gated community in Florida, and I ran out the back door and I just started to run. And there was this guy there with his daughter in the garage, and I call this guy an angel because if I should see his face now, I wouldn't recognize him. This guy was the guy that put me in a hotel room, gave me food, and gave me a phone to call home. And immediately when I call home, my mom, she called my godmother, and all four of us, including the guy, prayed on the phone. And I went back to New York.
You've come a long way. You're
Yes.
the policy assistant for Shared Hope International.
Yes.
You were a member of the task force for DC human trafficking, and also a mentor to survivors of sex trafficking.
And I'm a public speaker on the issue, so I
You're
travel.
also a spokeswoman, so you've attained a leadership role speaking up against
This issue.
human trafficking. So how can members of the public help? How can I help? How can
The members
he
of the
help?
public can help in several ways. So what I would advise as citizens is to keep an open eye. Be each other's keeper. If you see something that looks funny or looks suspicious, report that, because you never know what's going on.
How can somebody who finds herself in a situation, a victim of human trafficking, how can he or she seek help?
There are several ways that person can seek help. There's a national human trafficking hotline that person can call. They can reach out to local law enforcement. Law enforcement is being trained. There's still a lot of training to do with law enforcement, but those trainings are happening.
Well, you've been spreading awareness about the issue, and I wish you best of luck. It's been great talking to you.
Same here.
I still do is a phrase most men and women hope to say someday. Our guest today is a photographer who has captured many memorable wedding moments. Please join me in welcoming Kia Taylor. Great to have you here with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, you say your book is for little brown girls everywhere who have never found themselves in love. What did you mean by that?
Right. I dedicated the book to little brown girls actually who have never seen themselves in love.
What went behind the title, I Still Do. How did you come about that title?
That's funny because when we do discussions about the book and when I meet with people in public, that's one of the first questions that we discuss. What does I still do mean to you or to people?
What wedding moment do you look forward to the most as a photographer? The kiss, the vows, the cake, the cutting of the cake, the dances. What do you look forward to?
Oh, that's a great question. I've never been asked that.
I know you're married. How has this project affected the way you view your relationship?
That's a great question, too.
Kia, best of luck with the promotion of your book, and thank you so much for joining us on the Variety Journal. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, I am Nika Oyebanjo. Welcome to the Variety Journal, the family show that features experts from all fields answering your everyday questions and making the community a better place to live. Our guest today calls himself the House Private Investigator, the House PI. Please join me in welcoming Reggie Matsday. Tell us, why do you call yourself the House Private Investigator, the House PI?
The House PI. Because what I do for a living is I do home inspections. So it's an investigation of the house.
So what are problems to be on the lookout for when inspecting a house?
The home inspector is basically looking for major issues that are exposed to view.
Thank you so much for coming on the Variety Journal, Reggie. It's been great having you with
Nikki,
us.
thank you. I appreciate it.